going to get started. We're going to go ahead and take our pieces of weaver here, and we're going to just dip them in water. You just need a little dip. You don't need to get them soaked. We just need them to kind of straighten out. And we'll go ahead and give them a good dry with a blotting paper. And we're going to be working on this template. You'll see there's A, B, C, D, E, and F. And on the template, you'll notice that I have 2 dots on B and C. That helps us always know what's going to be the top of the snowflake, since we'll be rotating as we're weaving. And we'll be weaving this snowflake in 3 layers. So the first layer will be what's on this template. We're going to go ahead and set down A and B. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and set down D and E across A and B. They'll just lay right like so. And you'll form a little diamond. Once we do that, we're going to go ahead and put our hand or a spoke weight or another weight that maybe you've made with some beads and a sock like this one, just to hold things in place while we're working. And we're going to come through and put E and F in place. Now you will notice that E on the template goes over D, under B, over C, under A. And that's what we're going to do. So we're going to come in here and we're going to go over D, under B, which is inside the diamond there, over C, and under A. And then we're going to pull it so we're equidistant on each side. And you'll see that that kind of locks this star shape into place. Always try to keep that hexagon together. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and move my spoke weight or my hands or however it is that I'm doing that to the top so that I could go ahead and do the same thing on the bottom. You'll see again, F goes under B, over D, under A, over C. So we're going to take our weaver and we are going to go under B, okay, over C inside the over D inside the diamond, okay, under A inside the diamond, and finally over E on the outside of the diamond. There we go. And now we're just going to go ahead and take a minute and realign everything. Make sure we've got everything equidistant. And aligned on the template, keeping that hexagonal shape in the middle. Now, at this point, you'll notice that everything is locked in. And that's how you know that you did it correctly. Okay. Then we'll start with the second round. Now we're ready for the second level. And I'm going to head and make a mark here on the top of C and B. There we go. So that we can kind of keep track of this piece as it's going around in a circle. And so I'm going to go ahead and just take this little pen or pencil that I have, and we're going to go ahead and make just a little mark at the very top so we know where we started. There we go. We're going to take our next weaver and we are going to go from the left side at this point, working this way. And we're going to be turning clockwise. So we're going to take the next level and we're going to go under D. And then we are just going to let it hang off to the next side. Okay? Then we're going to go ahead and turn your piece. and we're going to go ahead and put in the next horizontal. There we go. And it's going to do the same thing. It's going to come through here, go under the one to the far left, and hang off on the right. Just lays across everything. Turn it, keeping that hexagonal shape in the center. And this time we are going to go, you'll notice there's two on this side. So this time we're going to go under the one on the far left, okay, and across these. And this time we're going to go under the one on the far right. And you'll notice it is opposite the row that we have below it. If you're a basket weaver, you understand this is the under-over pattern that you're used to seeing. Okay. We're going to rotate so that we have the next horizontal in front of us. And we're going to put this under. It's going to go under the one on the far left, across the top, across the next one, and under the one on the far right. Okay. There we go. And again, we'll come back, we'll be tweaking where these are positioned as we are moving through here. Okay, rotate. Again, we're going across the, this one you'll see it's over already. It's the first one is under and this part is over, so we're going to go over this part and under the next one. And we're going to go all the way across. This one you can see we've been under it, so we're going to go over it, and this one you can see we're under, and we're going to, or over, we're going to go under it. So we're going to go opposite of what's already there. All the way across. Okay. And now, as we turn, we have this one. Okay, so we're looking at these two pieces. This one is under, this one is over. The weaver is under and over, so we're going to go opposite, and so that means this weaver is going to go over the first one and under the second one. It's going to come across. And we're going to do, again, opposite of what's already there. It's under already. We're going to go over, and we're going to come under the last one. When we quarter turn, we are back to the beginning with our beginning dots. And then we're going to put on the third and final layer. Okay, working on our third and final layer, we're going to go ahead and take our next weaver. So this is where we left off. We're going to go ahead and put our third row on. So we're going to want to quarter turn, and where we were over here, we're going to go under. So we're going to just do opposite of what's already there as we're weaving. It's going to come straight across, and it's going to go opposite what's there already. So if it's under first, under, and then over. I'm always trying to keep these weavers pretty close to where I want them to end up as we're going. Always trying to keep that hexagonal shape in the center. Okay, we're going to quarter turn. Okay, working off that hexagonal shape. Here we go. We are over under. We're going to go under over all the way across, and then we're going to go under over on this side. Okay. We're going to rotate, keeping that hexagonal. Next piece. And we're going to go opposite, under the first, over the second, across, over the, now here, we have 3. So now that we're on this side and we have 3, we have to go opposite this one, and this one. So that means when we come over here, we have to go, since this one's over here, the next one needs to be under. Then it needs to be over, and then it needs to be under. So now we've woven under 3. There we go. And we're going to go ahead and rotate. Okay, this one comes in. Opposite, they're still in 2 weavers, so we're going under and over, going across, and now we have 3 again over here, so we've got to go opposite what's there. So we're going to go under, over, under. Always come back to your hexagonal shape. Make sure you're pretty well aligned. Rotate. There we go. Okay, now we've got 3 on this side. That's great. So just like we were working with the 3 on the other side, we're going to do that here. And so if we, last row we went under, over, under, we're going to go over, under, over this time. We're going to bring it all the way across. And then, same thing. Under, over, under. On the last row, we're going to go under, over, under. I'm kind of keeping my rows equal and neat, and that hexagonal shape in the center. All right, rotate one more time. We've got 1 piece left. We've got 3 on each side. Same thing here, give a little space. Here's our last piece, and we are coming here. We're going over, under, over, across, and under, over, under on this side. You'll know it's worked if everything locks into place and if you have opposites along all of your weavers. No 2 are exactly the same along your points of your star. And here's where I just take a minute to make sure it's all of the weavers are positioned the way I want them to be. Perfect. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and take our glue. I like to use Aleene's Craft glue. You can use that turbo glue for this. There's not a lot of pressure on the joints, so the turbo glue will work just fine too. And I like to go ahead and use a toothpick because that's the easiest. And we'll go ahead and use our clamps. You can use, I have these little clamps here that are from Walmart. You can get a bunch of them, 20 of them for a couple bucks. And then you can also use some pretty good powered clothespins. That will also work. Anything to hold your joints together. And you don't need a lot of glue on this piece because really it's not going to move around much. We're just going to go ahead and put the glue in the corner joints. Now I do like to let this dry a little bit before we glue the joints, just to make sure the glue doesn't take forever to dry. So you might want to let this sit for maybe a half an hour or so and let the moisture come out of the weavers before you do the gluing step. And once it's ready to go, we're going to go ahead and put on just a little bit of glue at each of the points. And I just do this all at one time. And anything that sticks out, I try to come and get it off right away so we don't have anything to clean up later. There we go. And we put glue all the way around on all the points. There we go. And then we're just going to clamp it. Now, like I said, you can use these clamps, which work really well. And you can use these clamps, which work really well. Whatever's going to work best for you, what you have on hand. And we're just going to clamp the points of the snowflake. And then we're going to go ahead and let that dry. That needs to dry for maybe a half an hour to an hour, depending on how wet your weavers are, and make sure that the glue has time to set. And then once that is complete, we'll come back and I'll show you how to trim it out. Okay, it's been about a half an hour and the glue is pretty set here. So we're going to go ahead and take the clamps off. And then we're going to go ahead and trim it out. So to trim it out, we're going to go ahead and use our either some really sharp scissors, or I have some reed trimmers here. And we're just going to come through and trim this at about a half an inch on each side. You can just eyeball it. You want it to be about a half an inch off each of the horizontal weavers so that you can create these pretty point edges. Okay. And then once you've completed that, if you want to, you're always welcome to add your jute rope. That will allow you to tie on a really pretty, really pretty knot to hang on the tree. So we can go ahead and just lace that through your weaver there. Then I like to just do a little knot. And then we'll just do another little knot at the top. Trim. And then we are all set and ready to hang. And there is your adorable woven snowflake.